recording it or okay, cool. Let me just share. Minus the slideshow. I want to start at the beginning. Sorry. Okay. I hope everybody is able to hear me loud and clear. Good evening, everybody. This is Eseza Nambasi. I've been given this honor of presenting the business opportunity that we are very, very excited about. And before we go very far, I want you to know why we are excited, and that's what we call our mission. We are on a mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And you will see how each one of you fits into this mission. Right, there's a gentleman that the whole world respected, Mr. Nelson Mandela, and he said something profound. He said that money won't create success. The freedom to make it will. And on that premise, I want us to understand that we're about to see perhaps the best opportunity to have the freedom to make the amount of money you want. And so just stick with me. But first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Eseza Nambasi. I'm married to Edward Nambasi. We are both medical doctors, and we have lived in South Africa for a few years, and that is how come we got to see this opportunity. And when I first saw it, my first instinct was, I have to take it to East Africa. And yes, I was among the pioneers to do that. And I feel that my dream of leaving a good legacy is unfolding. So, is any of you struggling with finances? After the last few months, I'm sure many of us have wondered, what can we do to make more money? And another question, are you seeking for employment? Because jobs are dwindling fast. You know, with we are living in a technology era, and jobs are really far and few and far between. Maybe those of us who are in the service industry have the opportunity to find work. And those of us who are parents have a job ready-made for us. I'm a mother of 3 adults and a grandmother of 2 delightful little children. Obviously, my husband is the grandfather. And so we are always looking for ways to be fully engaged with making our family happy. And that's what I want to show you. So we belong to a system of market called network marketing. And that's what Neolife chose as the method to move products. To understand what network marketing is, I want to first say that it's important to understand what it is not. When you look at this, just understand from the beginning that it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And neither is it a pyramid scheme. You know, people label it as pyramid and they don't even want to listen. Well, the difference between a pyramid scheme and what we do is that with a pyramid, there are no products, there is no service, it's not regulated, a pyramid is not regulated, and generally pyramids collapse within 2 years. And pyramids are illegal. And we can never be likened to a pyramid because we are 100% legal in every market that we happen to be in. And also, network marketing has products, whereas pyramids generally don't have products. So what we do is it is a system where products are moved from a manufacturer, in our case, we are called Neolife, to a consumer or consumers. And in the process, cutting out all the middle people, the middle inflators, such as advertising. Very exorbitant advertising is cut out because the advertising depends on you by word of mouth. Now, just know that why we've chosen network marketing as a method, or why Neolife chose it, is because they wanted to reach the whole globe, and they're well on the way to doing that. It's also the best way to spread around a consumable, unique, high quality product. And why do I say that? If we were using the traditional method of getting a shop and putting products on a shelf, you know, those shelves cannot talk. Those shelves cannot talk to clients. And so people would be confused as to what products to buy compared to other products. But with our system, you will see that it is definitely the best system. Also, it is easily teachable. That is so key. You know, you don't need to have any amazing qualifications. Anybody can do this business if they want to, and if they have the desire and the dream to. And then leverage, what does that mean? You know, I am a great believer in team playing. I'm a great team player. I believe that's how we are going to make the world a healthier and happier place. I also think the most basic team is the family. And so once you can get your family, and in Africa we have extended families, involved, the word leverage means everybody stands to benefit. You will benefit from their effort and their time. They will benefit from your input, be it training, be it your expertise. So that is so important. And now timing, there couldn't be a better time than now. When I say everybody is searching for something that will bring in a good income and bring some health. And that's what perhaps we should talk about soon. Then why network marketing? Longevity. Whenever you're looking for a company, make sure it has been around for more than 10 years, or at least 10 years. Well, the good news is Neolife turns 65 this year. In August, it will turn 65. So that is phenomenal. And it's a company that has been on the leading edge of research and development, and I'm going to show you our scientific advisory board shortly. Also, you don't want to be starting a business where you need thousands or millions to get started. Here, it's a small investment. I actually do not even consider it a cost because you get product for it, and you get a lot of perks along with the product that you get started with. So just keep your eyes open and listen up. I'm going to carry on. Now, health is like money, isn't it? We never have a true idea of its value until we lose it. That's why we need to be able to know whom we can trust, why we need to use what I'm about to show you, as opposed to those other things out there. And I say that because research has found that over almost 800 products that were on the shelf This was a small research that was done between the years 2007 and 2016. Products that were marketed as dietary supplements were found to contain hidden active ingredients that were either unsafe or unstudied. Now, that is a very common practice. And even in the medications that we use, you need to understand that there's a lot of chemicals that are undesirable to our bodies. I'm speaking with some manner of authority. I've been a medical doctor for coming to 38 years, and I've seen quite a lot. So I chose personally to trust these people. This is our scientific advisory board. It has a history of scientific excellence. And it was founded by a gentleman called Dr. Arthur First, whom, if you look up on the various ways of looking up people, you'll find that he was a top toxicologist, pharmacologist, and cancer researcher who pioneered, who founded oral chemotherapy. Now, my area of interest in the medical field was HIV and things related to viruses generally. And so I was so excited when ARVs came along in 1996 to discover that Arthur First, who probably had a hand in the biochemistry and the backstory of developing chemotherapy, which he did, was also likely to have contributed to the coming of ARVs. Now we know chemotherapy, oral chemotherapy, and ARVs have saved a lot of lives. Granted, very, very good, but it isn't the only thing that adds to health. And now that's where Neolife comes in. So Arthur First joined Neolife. Neolife was already in existence, founded the Scientific Advisory Board, which is a board of scientists who are experts in their field, in their respective fields, and they research and develop everything that we happen to have in our opportunity. But what makes them stand apart is that they declared that we need to stick to the basics. And that, to me, just was right up my street, because unless we go back to the very basics of health, such as physical activity and weight management, such as nutrition, it is the world's leading whole food nutrition company. That's what we are sharing with you for the guests. And so we need to have whole grains, we need to have fruits and vegetables, enough protein, good quality protein, and obviously fats and sugars that are the right fats and sugars. Unfortunately, what has happened in modern society on its head, people hardly do physical activity. To get up and switch on the TV, I'm sure people use a remote control, and to get to work, even if it's just around the block, they drive, things like that. So we are seeing challenges with weight management, and then we are eating way too much fats and sugars and hardly any whole grain. And that is because food processing happened. At the turn of the last century, people started eating processed foods, and the result is what we are seeing today, a lot of disease. Yes, so when we are born, we are supposed to be as healthy as possible. I want to burst your bubble a little bit in that in my career, I have seen children born sick, and it isn't only a once-off situation. Children are being born with a lot of challenges because of the environments that they are being born into, and the parents are exposed to. So ideally, we should be energetic, 100% healthy. The bad news is that we tend to slip into the tired zone and very soon into the sick zone and spend a large chunk of our lives in those zones, losing out on quality life. We might get the quantity because we are sustained by medication perhaps, but it is a poor quality of life, many years of that. So now what we have is a flagship product. What they did was to say, okay, since food processing robbed us of our health, let us give back the oils from whole grain that are exactly the same biochemistry as each and every single cell in our bodies. Now that excited me so much. When I first saw this opportunity, I looked at my physiology and biochemistry books and proved and confirmed that indeed what we were getting in 3NN, that is this product here, the flagship product, was the same biochemistry as each and every one of our cells. So you can imagine how I was so excited and wanted to share it. So that is the ethic, human natural nutrition. Nothing like tree barks and rocks and inorganic things, nothing synthetic. Everything is human natural. Then we have the concept of core nutrition. That is important to know because with Neolife, simplicity is absolute sophistication. And I totally agree with that paradigm of saying, keep it simple, and the simpler it is, trust me, the more sophisticated it is. So our core nutrition looks something like that. We have amino acids in the form of shakes, and it is about the only product that you'll find marketed with all 22 amino acids as they occur in nature. And then we have Pro Vitality. That is the core, part of the core nutrition, but in the core nutrition is 3NN. Absolutely important to nourish those cells so that other nutrients can gain access to the cells. So in short, this is what Neolife provides. Whole grains are provided for. You are responsible, by the way, to do the physical activity. So schedule time to ensure that you do that physical activity. And then whole grains, you'll get a 3NN. Fruits and vegetables, we have what we call carotenoid complex. It is found in the core nutrition. Then the amino acids, those are proved to protect your heart and blood vessels and to manage your weight by reducing body fat and increasing the quality of your muscle. And then of course, the right fats, omega-3. You know, that is one of the reasons that we are seeing a lot of diseases, including cancers, because our diets are too full of the wrong fats and the wrong sugars. And so if you can redress that balance, this brings down inflammation by a whopping 68% within about 6 to 8 weeks. Now, Neolife is so aware that people come in with different budgets. And that awareness alone says, okay, if your budget is such that you can only start with a small amount as you work your way to building financial security, we have the products for that. So I've just taken a few examples, but you can choose many as long as you remember to start with 3NN. Then our children. You know, I'm so passionate about children. As I've told you, I got started when my children were quite small. I may not have told you that, but they are now adults. But now we are looking at the next generation who are our grandchildren. It's so important to understand that by laying a good foundation, children grow into healthy adults. And Neolife had the foresight to have a whole food nutrition supplement for children. That's when it is needed most, because it isn't about waiting for a disease to happen. We start to prevent conditions by good nourishment. So again, if you can't afford the entire core nutrition for children, there's what we call the basic, which are Vita Squares, which also have threonine in them. Isn't that amazing? And then, of course, the protein shakes that have all 22 amino acids. And the concept of targeted nutrition, always remember, keep it simple. Simplicity is sophistication. Start with core. And then if there's a need for targeted solutions, we have things for heart health, for women's health, for men's health, bones and joints. We have a lot. But I thought I would highlight this particular one, which is the one for management of blood sugar. I'm sure all of you are aware that diabetes and its complications are on the increase. We have a solution that will bring major changes to one's health. Now, you don't wait to approach just the diabetics. Start with yourself. And you may say, but I'm not diabetic. Well, you don't want to become diabetic, right? So that's how it works. Now, as I tell you my story, I weave it in as I go along. I started because I was looking for toxic cleaning products. I'm sure the guests are saying, say what? Yes, that's what I was looking for, because I had been inspired to connect a few dots. I thought to myself that what if the eczema that manifests in my children is as a result of chemicals in the washing powder and the cleaning things that I was using. So at that level, at that stage, I had not been shown Neolife. So I chopped and changed and went to the supermarket and tried different brands until somebody called me and said, I would like to show you an opportunity. Would you have a look? And I said, of course. And this is what I started with. My story goes that the day I saw Neolife, I actually took a couple of days leave to get started properly. And I bought everything that I could replace. I literally threw out what I had already bought from the supermarket and replaced everything that I could replace as regards my cleaning, my personal care. So we have all those. This is one of the products that is revolutionary. It's going to change your lives. And research shows that a lot of other products have what we call hormone disrupting chemicals or endocrine disrupting chemicals. And those are part of the problem as regards our health that we are seeing today. A lot of people don't understand that the rise, for example, for the men on the call, in the prevalence of prostate problems is as a result of the estrogenic effects of ordinary that are being bought in the stores. And the changes in our gut bacteria results in a lot of disease. Depression, because the gut bacteria are killed, the body cannot make hormones. So I was busy connecting those dots, and I've discovered that I have actually now found a whole new career to help people to shift their focus from sickness to wellness. And also I help people to demystify diagnosis, because as I've said before, simplicity is sophistication. So we even have skin and personal care that have been clinically tested. We even have a product for farmers. Would you believe it? This product is phenomenal. It has changed a lot of people's lives just by increasing yields and giving sturdier, better quality of products that are farmed. And as a result, people can create a better income. So with all that said, the question should be for all the guests on this call, and even for the distributors, do you have the financial safety net that Neolife offers. So I'm going to explain how the business works before it starts with a dream. It starts with the reason for doing something good. And just to weave my story in, I, at some point, stopped seeing a good reason to wait for people to fall sick enough for me to prescribe for them some drugs, okay? So it started with that dream for Jerry Brasfield, the founder, who as a child was very, very sick. He had a lot of asthma and allergy issues. And his mother decided to do something different. Now, those are very important words. If you're going to make a change in your life, you have to make a decision to do something different. So at the age of 19, he started this company, remembering what turned his health around, which was nutrition. And he thought to himself that if he could start a company was founded on these values, absolute honesty and integrity. Why? Because he had tried these products and they worked, and so he could speak with authority. And then products that put people as number one. This is Neolife for you, puts people as number one. And then the products work. You will hear so many testimonies of how these products work. And then it's an equal opportunity for everyone. Sorry, let's just go back. It's an equal opportunity for all, and the long range vision, very, very critical. And that, to me, spells it out very clearly why Neolife has a great children's product. It has a long range vision, and why Neolife started talking about weight management long before it was fashionable. Because of the long range vision of seeing how a lot of diseases in the 21st century are as a result of issues such as unmanaged weight. So it started in 1958, came to East Africa in 1996. I started the business in 1995, and after encouraging people to come to East Africa, we managed to come to East Africa in 1996. And in 1971, it came to South Africa. That's where I live, and that's where I saw the opportunity. So today, you are looking at it for the first time, perhaps, if you're a guest. Identify your reason why. Perhaps you have children to educate, you want a better house, or you want to live in a different place. You love cars, maybe. You love to travel. I love to travel. I have traveled quite extensively with Neolife, and it's a good vision to have. You might want to just have an extra income, you know, to cover those loopholes and those things that happen. Maybe the roof is leaking. Maybe you just need a new pair of shoes. Maybe you want to help your family. You've got extended family that need to be educated, okay? Perhaps they could be grannies and grandpas who raised you, and you want to pay it forward now. Okay, you never know. Many women I would encourage to reach out and look at this critically for the time freedom it will give you. So it starts like this. You are there, you partner with Neolife. It's been here for more than 60 years. We are well published in several publications because of the research and development that goes into it. And there are 4 major ranges. As shown here, we have a cleaning range that I've described how amazing it was for me. We have a personal care range. You can stop buying soap in the shops and change to this. We have an age-defying, 100% organic skincare range for the face, for men and women. And this range works. it really works. And if you can start using it, you start seeing a difference. And of course, the biggest range is nutrition. So how it works is you are in business for yourself. You decide, and your dream will morph on, it will be transformed as you grow. You can't have a static dream. So don't be so hung up on something major. It might be something small, as I've pointed out, just to make a start. And then you're not by yourself, because you're surrounded not only by the person who is showing you this opportunity, but other people who are doing the opportunity, and by Neolife itself. And Neolife takes care of the logistics, the distribution. They'll give you literature and sales aids and all these other perks. You get a website. I don't know, I really marvel at our company, because we went online in 2018, long before COVID. By the time COVID came along, we were able to carry on with our businesses. And in fact, there was a double-digit growth during those months of lockdown. And then they do our finances. You'll see how you can start earning, and they will pay you on time every time once you are eligible to be paid. And of course, the products. So how it works now, I'm going to speed up you. There are 3 things to consider, and we call them our daily success habits. Use the products. Change your shopping habits. I think I listened very well, because I threw things out in order to replace them with these ones. And I've never regretted it. Okay, Lydia is writing on the screen. She's written on the screen. Excuse me a little bit. Oh, okay, Andrew has sorted it out. Okay, so use the product. And then the next thing is share the business opportunity, okay? That's what we like to do, but some people will say, yes, I want to get started. And so you get yourself 6 good friends with whom to share. This is an example, and just refer to the people who are introducing you, and they will put you through the training. Now, we have an international currency, basically because we are in more than 50 countries. We are in about 56 countries. We call it the PV, which is short for point value. So you're advised to do a minimum of 100 point value, which is your personal use. And if you can duplicate that effort among your friends, very short time, you have done a turnover, which will give you a title of manager, okay? About 700 points, anything 500 and more with a team, you become a manager, you start earning about $50, okay? Then after that, you get yourself to train your people to do exactly like you. And now you have another manager unit, but now that makes you step up to senior manager, because the rest of your team plus this one, you have got over 1,000 points. Once you get 1,000 points and more with your team, you are a senior manager, and you literally double your income, okay, from your profit and bonus. Then if you can develop each one of those people in your team, and obviously they are excited enough to be sharing as well. 6 times 700 point units, 6 times 700 point units, as you can see, is over 4,000 points. That makes you what we now call a director. In South African rands, you will be earning about 10,000 rand on average, which is a very good income. That is what many people earn as a salary, okay? But now, because you are a director and you are earning that amount of money, some people will say, wow, we want to try the product first. So you develop a good customer base. And as you develop a good customer base, your point value done personally, what we call personal point value, can climb up quite considerably because you'll be servicing your customers and making a profit. That's how money is made in this business. You see, once you get yourself a good customer base, they will not leave you because you will give them the best service, you'll feed them with information, and you will also help them to grow personally. And the third habit is called personal development. And now with personal development, we have what we call the Eagle team. We belong to the Eagle team, and they help us with training and support. So in short, somebody really loves to draw their art. Everybody starts as a distributor, clients through manager, executive manager. Executive manager is when you have a turnover, you and your team of 2,000 points and more. It's sort of a halfway house between distributor and director, executive manager. And it's a good goal to go for, but the best goal is director. And once you get to director, beyond that, you maintain it. You are Emerald Director. There are some other bonuses thrown in. Forgive me for quoting in South African rands, but beyond that, if you develop another director, you reach what we call the World Team. And all you need to now focus on is on this call. Andrew, Mr. Andrew Bugembe, he's on the president's team. And if you're in South Africa, you can see the earning potential. Doctors, some doctors don't even earn this, okay? And yet on the president's team, it is possible. So it is very, very exciting. Your question now to yourself is, if you do what you have always done, what have you always done? Perhaps you have always trudged off to the shop and bought washing powder and other cleaning products that are poisoning you slowly but surely and creating disease, okay? That's just an example. You will get what you have always got, but to change, you need to do today what others won't, so that tomorrow you can do what others can't. So now I want to stop a little bit and invite our guest speaker to give his testimony, and he will probably walk through, just lead you to make that decision. Our speaker is Isaac Ndungu. He's a good brother of mine. I remember him very well when we were swimming in the sea in Mauritius. Such is our travel. So Isaac, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. As I would call you in Kenya, Daktari. I am really excited. Thank you very much for wonderful presentation that you have made this evening. Our guests, our leaders, good evening. My name is Isaac Ndungu, as Dr. Eseza has put it. I am here because of the invitation of our president, team member, Andrew Bugembe. I'm really grateful, Andrew, for the invitation. I'm so excited this evening. You know, I was going through the names. There are some names, especially in Uganda, that I have a problem in pronunciation. If you told me to pronounce something like Ahibiswe Roslin, I would have issues. Alexander Suma, you know, some names would really be tough for me to pronounce. And Godfrey Masinza, I think that is from Uganda. I'm just looking. Kansime may be easier for me, probably because of the way it is done and the actor, the one, but Kansime, Jonan, you know. I'm so excited this evening that our presenter who has just done the presentation is doing it from South Africa. I am speaking from Kenya. I'm in Nairobi, actually. And Andrew is hosting me in Uganda. And to me, that is a great opportunity. But allow me to start off by saying this. I am a high school teacher. I was born and brought up in a small town called Thika. Now, of course, it has now grown. And that is in Kenya. And as I grew up there, and I went to school in the neighborhood of the same town, not very far. In fact, the very first day I reported in Form 1, we walked with my mother all the way to school. And so I went there and I was told to work very hard. I was told if I worked very hard, that is in school, I would get a very good job, or rather I would get very good grades. And if I got very good grades, those grades would help me to get a very good job, and that job would take care of me now and forevermore. So I went to school, and I never joked with books, as they put it in my mother tongue. So I was able to secure a place in the university, and I went to a university that is very near Uganda Road. We call it Uganda Road. That is in Eldoret. I hope I can still.
There's a bit
Hello?
of a yes, you can continue now.
Sorry, there's a bit. Oh, I can continue now. Okay, let me see whether.
You can continue now.
Oh, I can continue. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So for that disruption, a bit of a disruption. I hope it will go on well now. So I went to that university. It is called Moi University. It is very near what you call the Uganda Road. Now that we have a road that we call Uganda in Tanzania, in Kenya. And I started doing the I responsible of teachers in our country. And I started teaching in the part of Kenya we call Meru, that is in Chogoria. And I taught there for a while. And then I got transferred, and I was still there. And we shifted with the purity. Okay. Telling me my system is not responding. I hope I can still be heard.
Yeah, it's on and off, but you can proceed. Don't worry.
Okay, sawa sawa. Okay, sawa sawa means it's okay. So so I did that, and as I continued with my the training, I mean the teaching, I got a transfer to teach near Thika now, my home place. And it was while I was there that I got a chance to have this opportunity. And when I got this opportunity, that is way back in 2013, I was really excited about this. You know, I started very small. The business started very small for me because we actually got $13. $13 was our first check. That's not really something to write home about. So I got $13. And when I got the $13, I was really excited, but I still had those reservations. This international business you are doing, and the match you can get is $13. But it was okay. I went on, and then it happened that my second check went to 29,000. 29,000 Kenya shillings is roughly $300. That was not bad, because that amount was actually higher than my net. in the call, I'm sure there are people that are employed, quite a number. And you know how normally the salary is broken down. You get the gross up there, and then there's another story that comes down. You know, pay as you want, pay as you eat, pay as you walk around, pay as you marry. You know, there are all those deductions until down there, and then you realize it isn't much. So my second check with Neolife was actually higher than my net. I was very excited. I was so happy that there was something else I could do apart from telling the students the difference between adjectives and nouns. Now there was something else I could do and earn money. Ladies and gentlemen, I was up there. I was really excited. Then I went on with the business. And when I talk about going on with the business, it's simply doing the basics that Dr. Eseza has told us. Using the product, sharing the opportunity, and of course, training for personal development. And my that check went to 60,948 Kenya shillings. That is roughly $600. That is very good amount of money here in Kenya and virtually everywhere. I was so excited. That was very close to my gross salary. And let me tell you, my life changed. Then I really wanted to know, how do you go about it? How do I get more? Then I was told, there is really nothing new. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. There is nothing special that you are going to do. You go back to the basics. And what are the basics? Use the product, share the opportunity, talk to other people, that is, and make sure that you continue training. And ladies and gentlemen, I decided to do so. I made up my mind to do so. In fact, after a while, I looked at the money that I was being given by the Teacher Service Commission in Kenya. The TSC is the body that takes care of teachers in Kenya. And the amount that Neolife was giving me part-time, and I decided to give somebody else a chance to teach. And then I come out and reach out for my dreams. So I really got excited. And today I look at this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so excited. Today, when I was grow up, I never knew Andrew Bugembe. I never knew him. Now he's a close friend. I never knew Dr. Eseza Nambasi. As she has actually put it, we have done swimming together down there in Mauritius. And so I've met all these people and so many other friends that I'm meeting along the way because of this business. And the beauty of it is this, for the guests that are on the call and the people that have just joined the business. I know we have distributors. We have people that have just joined the business and they are wondering, what did I do? Is it going to work? Did I lose my money? Even that one of joining and all that. But let me tell you, you come into the business and you find people that are actually ready to help you grow. People that are ready to help you succeed in this opportunity, that are going to train you. But I always tell people, when you get such good people, we call them upline or our mentors. When we get such people, look for ways to become independent very early. Because the earlier you become independent and start doing the business yourself, the more joy you have and the more growth you get. So I look at this opportunity, and to me, I really get excited because when you're coming into the business, nobody really vets you. Nobody really asks you, where were you born? What is your family background? What is your education background? All those questions are irrelevant, so to say. The major question we ask you is, do you have a dream for your life? Would you want to change your life? Are there some things that you'd want to do concerning your life? And probably you have not done them. So I made up my mind to work on this opportunity. And I'm so excited because the business has no limits. Today, I posted in one of the groups in our business here in Kenya, and a friend of mine who is already in our team, he has already joined this call now that is being hosted here in Uganda. Is already now, that person has joined from Botswana. She's in our team. She's called Virginia, and she's already now in the meeting. I have another friend of mine who has joined here and she's back down there in Mombasa. You know, Mombasa is in Kenya, Jeffwa. Another one has joined and is in Eldoret, you know, Mercy Amoding. And I'm so excited that there's no limit. You know, this business started now growing up to Europe. I have a team in Europe that we are working together. We have a team in the US that we are working together. And, you know, the business has no limit. Contrary to if I had a shop or a kiosk, as we put it here in Kenya, I would only be operating in a small kiosk. But now I am able now to stretch all over the world. And then I have a wonderful system. Today I can sponsor somebody in Britain. I can sponsor somebody in America. I can sponsor somebody in South Africa, in Botswana, virtually everywhere. So my business is not limited. And to me, that one is really exciting. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether you are a guest tonight. If you are a guest, welcome on board. If you're already a distributor, you have started on your journey, you are a manager, you are a distributor. By the way, distributor means, it is normally written in short, DST. DST simply means don't stay there. Don't stay as a distributor. Don't just stay down there, you know, go to manager, go to senior manager, go to executive manager, become a director. And as Dr. Eseza has put it, that is where life begins in Neolife. So I'm so excited. I then came in the travel bit. I can say I have 2 minutes. So came in the travel bit, and I started out the traveling part. You know, I could get chances to get out of this country. And I started, I got a passport. I never used to have a passport. What for? Because if you are not a driver and you don't have a car, in Kenya, you don't need a driving license. What are you going to use it for? Why pay taxes for something that you are not using? So I got a passport when I actually got into this business. And it has been quite exciting. And I've traveled, I've been to South Africa several times. I've been to places like Sun City, Cape Town, you know, Johannesburg itself. And I've been to places like Mauritius. I've been to Abu Dhabi, Dubai. As we talk, I'm waiting for things to cool off in Turkey because we want to really visit Istanbul. And I'm trusting God that the earthquake will subside and things will go on normal. So I'm really excited. I'm so grateful, Andrew, for giving me a chance to say hi to the team. But I'm an excited guy. The issue is this. I got into this business. I never knew it would take me to these levels. I never knew I would be starting on international platforms. So I am really happy. Okay. I want to stop at that. And I'm really excited. Have a wonderful evening. May God richly bless you. Asante sana. Signing off from Kenya. Thank you very much, PT Andrew Bugembe, for hosting me tonight. And asante sana Daktari, all the way from South Africa, for the wonderful presentation. Asante sana. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Isaac. So for the new people, the guests, please turn to the person who has invited you. Speak to your sponsor, or the sponsor is the person who has invited you. Fill in a form. You can do it online, or you can do a physical form, or you can be escorted to the various distributor centers wherever you are. And you fill in a form, but remember, it's very, very simple. Keep learning all the time. You know, rub shoulders with these amazing people. This picture was taken by myself because I happen to be irrigated by them on the same day. And just keep learning. There are many, many learning opportunities, but keep it simple. Use the products, share the opportunity and products, and become a better version of you, because your income can only grow to the extent that you do. And we are here to discover possibilities. This picture is for men who seem to think that this is a lady's thing. Gentlemen, you heard me say that your health depends on this, and the health of the family depends on this. So keep sharing and ask yourself, what will you do with your Neolife? There's endless possibilities. Thank you very, very much. Over to you, Andrew. And if that's the end, Thank you for listening.
That's the end, Doctor. Thank you very much.